And there's a man here today by the name of Reverend Jessie Jackson, who has a drum major spirit and who has strong hands and a courageous heart. And he is here today with the same message he has carried year after year after year, even though people say race is not an issue anymore, even though people say poverty is not a problem anymore. I'm so glad today. Help me welcome this courageous man who is still saying, "Let my people go," Reverend Jessie Jackson.
Say, I am somebody. I am somebody. Save the workers. Save the families. Save the workers. Save the family. Save the workers. Save the family. Red and yellow. Brown, black, and white. We're all precious in God's sight. Everybody is somebody. Reinvest in America now. Reinvest in America now. Foreclosures now. Foreclosures must end now. Moratoriums now. Moratoriums now. Educate our children now. Let me hear you scream. Let me express my sincere thanks to Reverend Bullock's, a young and strong minister with so much on his mind and his heart. A big hand for our president here in Detroit. Reverend Bullock, put your hands together. A brother beloved, an authentic minister of great strength and great character who can always be found where it matters to be. Reverend Rowe, won't you please stand? Come up here, Pastor. Give him a chair. I want to say to you today that you should be encouraged because you represent the bridge between salvation and disaster. Your strength is in your linkage, not in your numbers. There are more people here today than there were that could fit in the Dexter Street Church in Montgomery, Alabama. There are more people here today that could fit in the church in Selma, Alabama. A few people whose mind have stayed on dignity and freedom have the power to change the whole world. You are that link. You're that bridge. You're the conduit for that. Say, we are the link. We are the bridge. We are the conduit for light, for hope. We are the link. We are the bridge. We are the conduit for hope. We are the voices crying in the wilderness. Put your hands together. Today there is several basic issues I want to raise with you as we expand these protests, security around the nation. One is that we've globalized capital without globalizing human rights and workers' rights, women's rights, children's rights, environmental rights. The result is that we've stacked the cards in favor of the needy at the expense of working people. We must fight for an even playing field. Part of our job is to get the stimulus down to the people. Right now the stimulus is watering the leaves, but not getting to the roots. And so the banks have more money than they can spend, and yet the people languish in poverty and in desperation. They have so much money until they're sending money back to Washington. Victory is not back to, it's down to. Say, victory for the stimulus money is not from the banks back to Washington, from Washington down to the people. Stimulate, credit unions. Stimulate community banks. Stimulate moratorium on foreclosures. Stimulate save-by housing. Stimulate job training. Stimulate fair trade. Stimulate bottom up. Stimulate the roots at the bottom, not just the leaves at the top. In these last few weeks, we've seen the president fight for a stimulus package. The banks were said to be too big to fail, but the poor not too numerous to suffer. We put more and more new wine in old wineskins. Now the banks have the money and they still are not lending. Right. We somehow know that we in fact must fight until we water the roots bottom up. Yes, sir. What we stimulate on the one hand, on the other hand, there's a hemorrhage going on. Yes, sir. If you were in a car wreck today, God forbid, and went to the emergency room and your lip was cut and your face was bleeding, an amateur might say, put a band-aid on that lip, on that nose. The doctor would say, but let's